Ladies and gentlemen, aviation enthusiasts and curious minds alike, welcome to the thrilling mini-series that will take you soaring through the skies called What Makes This Plane Great? In this episode, we're going to be talking about a plane that was regarded as the best Axis fighter, and I bet you've never heard of it. It's the Italian fighter, the Fiat G.55 Centauro. So, what makes this lesser produced fighter great? Well, the main thing that makes this plane great was its performance. Alongside the Macchi C205 Veltro and the more complicated to produce Reggiane RE2005, it's often regarded as the best Italian fighter of the Second World War. And it's worth mentioning that all three of these later fighters had the same engine, which was an Italian license built version of the legendary Daimler-Benz DB605. In February 1943, a German test commission was sent to Italy to compare the three Italian fighters, and it was commission leader Oberst Peterson that said that the G55 was the best Axis fighter, and it was based on this that Germany decided to produce the fighter. Compared to a Messerschmitt Bf 109G, the Fiat G55 could turn better due to its lower wing loading, it had more powerful armament, and it had both better range and service ceiling. So it's no wonder that Italian pilots weren't happy when the G55 Centauros got replaced by Bf 109s due to production and fuel issues, etc. So, another great thing about the Fiat G55 Centauro was that it was a very well armed aircraft. It had three 20mm cannons and two 12.7mm machine guns, and this heavily armed fighter could also climb to nearly 42,000 feet. So, with both armament and performance in mind, the Fiat G55 proved to be a formidable opponent for both the best bombers and fighters. So, it was a tough adversary for bombers like the B-17 Fortress and B-24 Liberator, and fighters like P-38 Lightning, Spitfire, P-47 Thunderbolt and P-51 Mustang. One last great thing I can think of to say about the Fiat G55 Centauro was that it was an easily adaptable and versatile aircraft. The G55S was a torpedo fighter variant that was tested, and despite carrying the rather hefty external load, it still performed and handled pretty well. One of the reasons the Germans are so interested in this later Italian fighter was because it could fit the larger and powerful Daimler-Benz DB603 engine. This DB603 engine variant was called the Fiat G56, and it was an excellent performing aircraft with three cannons. It could fly well over 400 miles an hour and could outmaneuver the late Bf 109s and Focke-Wulf FW190A. The Fiat G59 was a post-war variant, which ended up being fitted with the more available Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, and these would be retired by the Italian Air Force in about 1965, I think. Overall, the Fiat G55 Centauro was a very promising fighter that could compete with the best Allied fighters, like the Spitfires and Mustangs. However, luckily for us Allies, it was a lot harder to produce compared to the German fighters, and it arrived too late in the war to make a real impact. And that's it for this thrilling journey through the skies. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with my aviation content, etc. Check out the two videos at the end, or my CD reviews, or even the playlist I've created. Cheers.